For years, Las Patronas has been quietly making a huge impact behind the scenes, supporting nonprofits and helping power some of San Diego's most vital community work. Today, I'm joined by Rowena Treitler, president of Las Patronas, to chat about where it all began, how La Jolla Cosmetic Surgery Center is connected, what the organization is working on now, and what exciting things are coming up. Welcome, Rowena.
Hi. Thank you for
How are
having me.
you?
It's a really an honor, and I'm so excited to be here.
Well, let's talk about Las Patronas.
Okay.
How and when did Las Patronas come into being?
Whew. Okay. So we are currently in our 79th year. So I'm really proud to be the 79th president of Las Patronas. It started in 1946 by a group of lovely, dedicated women who wanted to do good things in our community. And so they partnered with the La Jolla Beach and Tennis Club and had our first jewel ball. And here we are ever since.
So tell me about kind of the heart of the mission and how it's grown over the years.
The purpose of Las Patronas is to raise funds through a grants process for capital items for nonprofits in the San Diego community. We try to raise $1 million a year for local nonprofits. When you donate with Las Patronas, we make sure that your money is going to a really great cause and a very strong, viable organization.
Well, I love the way you guys do your grants process because some of the grants are very small and some are very big. And every year it's a little bit of a different mix. And so when my daughter, who's now 24, was in doing San Diego Junior Theater, one year you guys, they had put in for a grant for a new soundboard and for the theater. And they have all the kids, kids have to be backstage and kids have to be in production. And then you could be on stage and you have to rotate. So you learn all the jobs. And that was a huge thing for them. They did their shows down in Balboa Park, and the building was a little bit old. And, their sound system was really awful. And you guys, so I was seeing the direct impact of that. And it probably, I don't know how much a sound system is, but, that was probably on the smaller side of your grants. So tell us about the kinds of things that you guys will underwrite or fund.
Well, I'm really proud to say again, the diversity of our organizations is quite large. When you donate or sponsor with Las Patronas, you're giving to multiple organizations in Southern California, in San Diego County. So we like to support, the arts. Like you just said, seniors, the military, the disabled. We like to support a multitude of organizations. And so we have what we call major grant recipients and minor grant recipients. So typically in a year, our major grants, we will award about anywhere from 5 to 7 major grants. And those are in the amount of $20,000 or more. And we have given one organization close to $100,000 in the past. So, that's really generous. But we also have minor grants, and those are amounts that are $20,000 or less. And typically in a year, we can give out upwards of 40 minor grants. So,
Wow.
we really, our members are out there raising funds for as many organizations as we can. And, that's our mission and that's our purpose. And it just makes me proud to be part of such a great group.
So, for people in the audience who might not be familiar, the way, and you mentioned it a minute ago, the way that Las Patronas can fund all this is through sponsors. And La Jolla Cosmetic Surgery Center is proud to have been a sponsor since we came into
Yes.
being. Now, we're only 37. We're not 79. We're 37 years old, but we've been an underwriter and supporter every year. And so the Jewel Ball is every year.
Yes.
It's usually the first Saturday in
Yes.
August. It's held at the Beach and Tennis Club. And every year is a different theme. And it's absolutely stunning. And so all the people who are guests get to enjoy this lovely evening, but all the money from that evening is going towards the grant recipients that you were talking about. So tell us about this year's ball.
Well, first of all, my sincere gratitude to you and La Jolla Cosmetic for sponsoring us for all these years. I mean, we're so grateful. We could not do anything. We could not do what we do without our sponsors' support. So thank you so much for that. So this year's theme is it's I hope I don't butcher this, but it's back on point. And that is a French ode to Back on Point, which is um, a ballet inspired theme. And so we are doing an evening in Paris, and you will be whisked away to a beautiful evening in Paris under the stars at the Grand Palais. And it'll be a lovely evening of not just ballet, but of arts. And we do have some amazing surprises. But yes, our members, so we transform the beach club. We transform the tennis courts, so it's an outdoor affair. And we spend a good majority of the year what we call building the ball. And that's where we make all the decor and work on our tablescapes. And so, again, like our members are not only out there pounding the pavement to try to raise $1 million a year for our beneficiaries, but we're also in our warehouse basically building this ball, making all the decorations. It really is a labor of love for each of us. So, I mean, I can't even speak more highly for our members with all the work that they do throughout the year. It's really, really amazing. It really is one of the most unique galas of the entire year.
I believe it is. I've been fortunate enough to go speckled different instances throughout time and different themes. And it really is stunning. And I think what is so you if you've never seen it before, it's like you're just walking into this whole, like you're on a movie set or you're on a stage set with buildings, like fake buildings, or I mean,
Yes.
you totally transform. The lighting is amazing. But what's amazing is you guys really do it yourselves. I mean, there's a little help here and there, but it's not like you're hiring some big Hollywood
No.
production set designer, right? You guys are doing the work all year long. And talking about a labor of love, I mean, it takes 9 months to have that baby, or and basically
Great analogy.
you guys are working all year to like give the birth on August, was it the 3rd this
It's
year?
August 2nd this year.
August 2nd.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So for in the audience, if you're thinking about it, go to laspatronas.org and you'll be able to see how to support it or come to the ball. You will just absolutely love it. And you'll feel so good about, where your money's going, because all the beneficiaries, whether they're little or they're big, it makes a difference, and it's all for the local community. So tell me a little bit about some of the beneficiaries you have for this year.
Las Patronas is proud to support 5 major beneficiaries this year with our 79th annual Jewel Ball. The first one is Camp Stevens. And for Camp Stevens, we'll be providing them a passenger van, which will expand access to their programs, giving underserved youth the opportunity to experience the transformative power of nature. Um, we are also supporting the Ivy Ranch Park Association, and we are providing grants for a wheelchair accessible minivan to strengthen their community connections and enhance the quality of life for those served by the Ivy Ranch Park Association. Um, Also supporting the Neighborhood House Association. We are providing them with a grant for essential kitchen equipment to support the preparation of over 1 million meals annually for children and adults in their daycare centers.
Wow.
Yeah, that's amazing. The Fleet Science Center, we are supporting them with a vehicle to support their off site programs, delivering science, technology, engineering, and STEM experiences directly to the community. San Diego Youth Services. We are providing funds for a critically needed minivan for San Diego's only emergency shelter for minors, which will enhance and support those youth in crisis. And finally, San Diego Youth Symphony. We will provide funds for a van that will transport students and over 300 instruments for community programs across San Diego County, expanding access to music education for underserved youth. So, I mean, you can see the variety of beneficiaries that will benefit from funds raised this year. I mean, we're talking science education, we're talking youth services, we're talking uh, music and culture. So, again, like I'm just really proud that we can diversify our giving in this way. And again, like sponsors and donors, your money is going to great causes. So please support us.
Well, yeah, and like thinking about the kitchen equipment,
Oh,
that's going to make a huge difference, and just like the vans and other things. But that's a tactile thing. It's
yes,
not just like we're gonna give 20,000 here, and then everybody goes, well, how did it get spent? It's like that kitchen or that food prep area, those vans, those are going to be used for years to come. It's not
yes.
just the 1 year that it's making an impact. It's making an impact across many years and many
Yes.
lives.
And part of our application process states that the capital item that we will supporting must be in use for at least 3 years.
Uh,
So, I mean, those we've got great strict guidelines that will allow us to impact these organizations for years to come, uh, which again, so proud to support that.
Yeah. Now, how many applications do you get every year for like the major grants and how many for the minor grants that you guys have to then go through?
Oof. Actually, quite a bit. I was VP of grants last year. And I recall, so we have two grant cycles. So one is in the fall and one is in the spring. And in the fall, those applications are for major grants and minor grants. And the spring, those applications are just for minor grants. So in the fall of 2023, I think I processed close to 100
Wow.
applications, and
Wow.
in the spring I processed roughly around 60. So we're
That's
getting a
incredible.
lot of applications, and we would love to fund more organizations 100%. But again, it's also about how much we can bring in. So
Mhm.
the more sponsors we have and the more funding we have and the more money we raise, obviously, the more organizations we can support. So, I mean, that's
Right.
our goal, to raise as much money as we can every year so that we can support more organizations in our community.
Right. And it's, if you think about as a donor, you can come as a ball attendee. That's going to help. You can also, as a business, you can underwrite something. So like we do the party favors
Yes,
for
yes.
the event,
I'm so
something
excited
it's
about
a,
those.
we have, I know they're going to be good.
I
Uh,
heard what they are and I'm super excited, but I'd like to see a picture because I mean, I hear they're
oh,
gorgeous.
they're very
So if
nice.
you're
And
a
I,
guest, I mean, you're going to want to come because I hear this favor is amazing.
yeah, it's really nice. It's perfect for the theme. It's perfect for the night. And, so but some people underwrite the shrimp bar, or you underwrite the water bottles for people to go home. And so there's different ways you as a business, if you are in a business organization or, you could buy a table if sometimes people have matching funds in their companies. And so there's a lot of ways to support Las Patronas. And so tell me a little bit about the organization itself, the membership, and who are the members? How many members do you have, and what does that look like?
Well, I am so proud to say that we are a La Jolla based organization. Las Patronas started in 1946 with a group of women from La Jolla, and that has not changed. And that's basically for convenience. We have meetings, multiple meetings a month. We work in our warehouse, so it's really important for us to have our membership be in the area, and then that way we can um, form close relations with our sisters in Las Patronas. Um, we are about 45 women strong. And again, we are a all women led organization, which I couldn't be more proud to say. We don't have staff, so we are all volunteers. Most of us are working moms, So we're really juggling a lot between
Mhm.
um, our regular lives and our family and work. We're giving back to this organization and the people of San Diego. And again, like we're volunteers. So we're volunteers going out into the community, raising funds. We're volunteers working in our warehouse to build this beautiful gala for our guests. Um, it's just I'm so stunned by the amount of work and love that these women offer to the citizens of San Diego. I mean, it really just touches my heart every time I think about the hard work that our members, not only our active members, we have a large support group of advisory members who are members that are no longer in the organization because membership is typically 6 years. So after 6 years, you move into what we call advisory land. And those ladies have been a humongous help for us as we raise money and build the ball. I mean, again, there's decades of experience and membership running through the veins of La Jolla to do good in the community. So I'm just really proud to be a member and honored to be this year's president.
Oh, that's nice. And one of the members is closely related to La Jolla
Yes,
Cosmetic
she
Surgery
is.
Center. So Dr. Hector Salazar's wife, Ingrid, is on the committees and in Las Patronas. And I think she's doing table decor this year,
She
right?
is. Ingrid is an amazing, gorgeous woman with amazing style. And so we are so blessed to have her on board. And Hector as well. I mean, I can't speak highly enough of our husbands that help support what we do. We call them our lost patrons, which I think is super cute. But I mean, they not only support us financially, emotionally, physically. You know, we ask them to help us in the warehouse occasionally. We can't build this ball without the men in our lives. I mean, like you said earlier, we're building sets, giant sets with
Yeah.
heavy pieces of wood. And so, I mean, it's just so amazing that our husbands come and they connect with each other, but they help us build this ball. And so for Dr. Hector, to do the work that he does, but yet give his time to Las Patronas and the community. Him and Ingrid, I mean, they are such an amazing couple and family, and we're just so grateful to have them on board with us.
Yeah, I saw a preview of the tables that she's designed, and they're stunning.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely stunning. So,
Yep.
I get the inside scoop because I'm putting an
Okay.
ad together and I'm putting tags together and designing things for this every year. So it's super fun for me because every year I'm the one doing all the design work to fit the
Well,
theme.
thank
So
you
every
so much.
so I got a preview because I'm like, where are we going with this theme? I want to make sure my ad fits and I want to make sure the tags on the gift fit and things like that. So I get the sneak preview. So I
That's
love
a
it. Yeah.
lot of work on your part as well. I mean,
It's the fun part of my job though, I have to say,
okay, well,
and
thank you.
like certain themes stand out in my brain,
Oh,
like some themes are a little harder for me sometimes to get to where I want to go, and
right.
other themes are easy. And one of my favorite themes was the Alice in Wonderland theme. It was good. And my ads, I just saw them again the other day because I was looking for them. And I was like, God, I love that ad. I
Oh,
wish I could
yeah.
have like submitted. I should make like a thing in my office with like, different ads that I've done over the years because
That'd be
it's kind
so
of
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be cool? I
Yeah.
know. Anyway, but yeah, this ballet theme is going to be gorgeous, and Ingrid has done just, oh my gosh, and talk about work. And
Yeah.
the week of the ball, I mean, the beach club is like transformed, and you see all these women running around with their cool little matching shirts on
Work week.
in work week, and the husbands and the kids. There's teenagers involved. People are. I mean, it's amazing
It
how
takes a
the
village.
whole
It's
thing.
true.
Yeah, the whole thing kicks into gear. And okay, so I was thinking, I think I read right that there's about 27 million in grants you guys have done over
Yes,
the
we have
years.
raised over $27 million in
That's
79
incredible.
years and have donated to over 1,000 organizations. So
Wow.
I know it's an
Like,
amazing number. It's an amazing legacy. Like I just
mhm.
still can't believe I'm part of this organization. I mean, it's really an honor. But you mentioned work week, so I'll talk about that.
Okay, do.
We are at the Beach and Tennis Club again. So the Beach and Tennis Club has been our partner for all these years, and they allow us to go in where work week is typically the 4 days before the Jewel Ball, and our members are there, and we are there all day long in the hot weather because it's August, and we
Mhm.
are literally putting up set designs for what will be like the evening in Paris this year. So, I mean, it's going to be spectacular. Again, I don't want to give away anything, but this year's theme is so elegant. It's going to be
Mhm.
so beautiful.
You know what I think I'm gonna do is see if I can have Gretchel go down that week and do some filming, and we could put together a little reel, and then we can attach it to this,
That
and you'll
would
be able
be amazing.
to be able to link it because there's really I'm there's really no way to explain it unless you see it.
That absolutely 100%.
And
That is true.
out of all the years, I mean, $27 million in grants is just stunning. And for an all volunteer, no admin costs. I mean, you guys are doing it all yourselves. And what are some of the biggest impacts you guys have seen over the years? Are there any certain organizations that sort of stand out in your memory of where you helped and made an impact?
Well, one of the biggest things that stands out for me when I first joined Las Patronas, we were giving a grant to Rady Children's Hospital for a 3D printer. And they are currently using that at the hospital in their heart department. And I mean, they're making little teeny tiny renditions of little baby hearts with that 3D printer that's
Wow,
saving lives. I mean,
that's incredible.
and they're still using that today. So, I mean, that kind of stands out to me because
Right.
I love helping children and saving lives. And I mean, just supplying the hospital with a 3D printer that they need to perform heart surgeries on infants and newborns, like that just still blows my mind. Blows my
Yeah,
mind.
that's incredible. That's incredible. And talk about impact.
Yeah.
That's going to last a long time.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
so one thing I think that's so special and unique about the organization is okay, let's say there's 45 women approximately, and you're all doing this all year long. But then you're also doing other things. And I'm going to call you out. I'm going to call you out, Rowena, because
Okay.
when it was right after COVID, and the surgery center, we are a sponsor of Humble Design
Oh,
San Diego. And Humble Design, if you guys haven't heard, helps people transition from homelessness to a home that is has function for them, because you could be transitioned to an apartment, but if you don't have any furniture, you don't have silverware, you can't live there. And so Humble Design comes in, and in one week, in just a day, but then that week they plan and to decorate that space and that home for that family or that individual, and then bring that space to full functionality and something that's theirs. And the recidivism rate of people who end up back on the streets after being homeless, if they're given an apartment, is about 50%. But if Humble Design has done their wonders, and it's almost like HGTV, right?
yes.
They
Yes.
come in, and it's just this gorgeous place that's now functional and a home. And the recidivism rate for those people back to the streets is 2%. So if you think about, that's a huge impact, and they're going to be ramping up to 4 homes a week
Yes.
now. And
Yes.
so we did a combo
We
day of
did.
joy right after COVID, and we did a home, and we invited Las Patronas to come with us because Humble Design San Diego was sort of new to the area. I think they opened their San Diego branch in 2019. So, and then we're closed part of 2020. And so we wanted you guys to see it. And I was there and you were there. And that's how you and I met.
Yes.
And then about, I don't know, 9 months later or a year later, I'm at the Humble Design party, their gala, and I turn around and there you
Yeah.
are. And I'm like, Rowena. And you're like, yeah, I'm on the board.
Well,
Like, she just
That's an organization that I love personally. And I I know Laura Lavoie, who is the director of Humble Home, San Diego, and I knew her from Rady Children's Hospital, actually. And so I knew her from Rady, and then she had moved on to Humble Design. But I had no idea what Humble Design was. It was basically like, oh, I'm leaving Rady. I'm going to be a director for, another organization. Okay, whatever. But it wasn't until you invited Las Patronas and I got to go to one of the design days that I really understood the impact of what they did and what Laura's new position was and what her drive is in the community. And it is such an amazing organization. It is one of my all-time favorites. I would love to continue to do work with them in the future, but I would never have known about them had you not sent that invitation for members of LP to join you that day. And it made such an impact on my life because I recall we were designing and outfitting a home for a mom and her son who were once homeless. The mom was an addict, got herself clean, got into this apartment through a social worker, got a job. And I remember when we walked into that house that morning, it was completely empty.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I remember the son, he was 15 at the time, had a computer and a mattress on the floor. And so, the mom's providing as much as she can. But that made such an impact on me. And I love that organization. And we actually granted them a new U-Haul truck so that they
Oh,
could
wow.
expand um, the number of homes they design on a weekly basis. So again, like all of these paths are crossing in our community, and it's just so amazing to see the overlap of the good that we're doing. It really warms my heart, and I love, love, love Humble Design.
Well, and I think, you know, when I think about how much work you guys are all doing just for Jewel Ball and throughout the year to put this on and to raise that money for the community. And then you've got families and you've got kids and you've got jobs and you've got all the things. And then on top of that, you're just one example of out of 45 women who are doing more. So it's like you guys are all beautiful women inside and out, but it's like don't I think people will think, oh gosh, these ladies of luxury putting on a party. It's not.
Yes.
It's hard work.
Yes.
And I've seen it year after year. And then you're on top of that going out and doing amazing other things in the community outside of Las Patronas. And so I just wanted to kind of give a shout out to the organization and all the women and how much you guys bring to the table every year just in Jewel Ball, but then also outside of that, because I think Las Patronas, you might be on the membership committee one year, you might be on the underwriting committee, and you're going to learn about grants and you're going to learn about how to judge grants or write grants it's just you are helping these women be better in the community outside of even Las Patronas,
True.
where you're getting that training sort of.
Yes. Oh gosh. You learn so many skills in Las Patronas. Trust me. Like not only building skills, because again, we're building this ball. And so I love working with power tools. Yes, I do. But at the same time, you're making phone calls, right? So you may not ever have had to call someone to ask for a sponsorship or ask for a
Mhm.
donation. Like, we're making these calls. We're
Right.
doing it.
There's nobody else you
There's
can
not,
hand that
I'm not going to
can't
hire.
hand that one off.
Yeah. Like, I'm not going to call my assistant and say, can you call? Like, we don't do that. We
Mhm.
do everything ourselves. And it's, again, such an amazing thing when I think about it. Like,
Now
I'm exhausted thinking about it.
I know. And what's even better is that at the end of the night and the ball is wrapping up at like midnight and everybody's like going to the ballet to get their car. And then there's the women who are like, oh yeah, I'm on the first shift, and they keep going. They change their clothes and they work until like 6 a.m. or something, taking
That
stuff down. It's
that is
amazing.
true. That is true. We have two shifts. We have that midnight to 6, and we have the 7 a.m. to, you stay all day till the beach club says everything looks good. Like, so we are literally working the whole entire time. We have to have the beach club back to normal 10 a.m. on Sunday.
Wow.
Because they have members that want to play tennis,
Right.
and
Right.
and
They
so
have
we're
people who
committed
want to,
to that cleanup for sure.
yeah.
And we're
Yeah.
just so blessed to be able to have that space. I mean,
It's special. It's
it
really
is.
special. And the fact that it's all happened there every year from since 79 years ago,
Yes,
and from Jewel Ball number 1. Now
except
tell
for two
me,
years. One was
oh,
rain and one was COVID. But
I do.
but yeah,
Well, even the COVID year, didn't you guys do a kind of a
we
virtual
did. We
thing
did a
at people's
virtual
houses?
ball. We did a
And
virtual ball.
and the rain year, that was just so
Mm,
sad.
yeah.
I remember I was in Cabo at the time, and I was like watching on Facebook. I'm like, no, as my friend Susie was the ball chairman,
Oh.
and they were doing like a Cuban theme. Oh my gosh, it looked so cool. And the rain was going to come, and no, it's not
Tragic.
going to come. And it was just, yeah. But I mean, if you think about that, in 79 years, only one time it rained.
I
That's pretty
know. That's amazing.
good. Okay, one last question is, what's the Spirit of Giving Award, and how do those partnerships, and how do you decide on who gets that, and how do those partnerships help fuel your mission?
Oh gosh, Monique, we have so many amazing partners. You obviously, we're so grateful for um, the Beach Club, who again provides us with this amazing venue. We have behind the scenes catering, who has been a partner with us for the delicious dinner. They offer the food to us at a tremendous discount. SI, who does all of the stage work for our amazing band. So we have all these fantastic partners. Um, so the Spirit of Giving Award is awarded once a year to one of our partners that really has made an impact on the way we do our work. Again, we can't do anything. We can't do any of this without our supporters. Um, as you know, prices right now are skyrocketing, like for
Mhm.
food and everything. And so last year, our Spirit of Giving Award went to Behind the Scenes Catering. This year's recipient of our Spirit of Giving Award is Ms. Diane Basher, who has been one of our top sponsors and supporters for many, many years. And this is a very distinguished award. It is, you're voted on by every one of our members. And so, again, we're so grateful for these partnerships, and we're just so blessed to be able to give out this award. And the award is donated by another one of our amazing partners,
Oh,
Bowers Jewelers in the Village in La Jolla. Sheila and Larry have been so generous to Las Patronas over the years. They are sponsors, they are donors. And I mean, again, we are just so blessed by the partnerships that we have, because we couldn't give away as much money that we do without the support of our sponsors and supporters and partners.
oh, that's wonderful. So, in looking ahead, kind of what are the challenges that you face as you do this work, and how do you overcome them? Whoops.
Well, the biggest challenge right now, and I think every organization is facing this as well, because of COVID, our membership numbers are down. Again, I'm sure that is typical with all organizations throughout the nation. But for us specifically, like if you have less members, that's, again, we're a volunteer organization, right? So if you have less members, that's less people supporting your purpose and your mission, whether it be financially or building the ball. We just have less members to help with that. So going into the next year, and next year will be our 80th anniversary. So going into the next year, we'll be focusing on seeking more members. So, I mean, if you live in La Jolla and you want to be a part of this amazing organization, please contact us through our website. Because again, the more help that we have, the more volunteers that we have, the more money we can raise. And that's really what it's all
Yeah.
about.
Right, exactly. It's that spirit of giving, truly,
Yes.
because you are, and like that sisterhood, or that you have your incoming class, and it might be 5 people, and that's your 5 people, or your 7 people, and that's your 7 people, and that you're not alone by yourself. You're
Yeah.
you have a group, and you have a bigger group, and that they you guys are, I mean, you've got this down in terms of how you do it and how much money you give. And, how do you see things going? What are your hopes, I guess, for Las Patronas over the next decade?
Well, like any organization, I hope we're still around. Which
Yeah.
I don't doubt, because again, this is such an amazing group of powerful women. But I would love to see our membership increase. I would love to see us, I mean, in 10 years, maybe double the amount of money that we give to the community. Those would be ideal goals for me. And in 10 years
Mhm.
from now, I'd love to see my daughter join Las Patronas.
Oh, why not? Right? She'll be just the perfect age and ready to go. Just sign her up. Well, just say, you missed the meeting. I'm sorry, you
Yeah.
have to join.
Yeah. And your
We've
daughter as
already decided.
well. Your
I
daughter as
know.
well. They're the same
Well,
age.
yeah, I know. And she's in Chicago. So
Oh,
I have to get her back to Southern California
okay.
first. And
Well,
then we'll work on
you got 10
that.
years to do that.
There we go. So last question is, how can listeners support you? Tell us, what we can do to mobilize and help Las Patronas this year.
I think the best way that your listeners can support, I mean, we will always take donations. We will always take sponsorship dollars, 100%. So please give, 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 give. Um, but we'd also love to see you at the Jewel Ball. Tickets are on sale. You can find them on our website at laspatronas.org. Please come and support us. Obviously, the more people that are there, the more money we can raise. So if you can't sponsor or donate, please think about attending.
Yeah, it's a fun party. And
That's the
you
best
might,
party.
it's the best party. And you might start a new tradition. You might have like such a good time, because I know you will, that you think, I want to do first Saturday of every August. It's like clockwork. It comes around. And so, that's fun for people who have been coming to the ball for many years, and it's a tradition with them and their friends, and they get their table or part of a table, and they meet new people. And you about 700 people attend the ball.
Yes. So last year we had about 600 people. It's really dependent on the fire marshal.
Oh.
But
We'll
yes,
tag them. We're going to
yes.
tag them in this post.
Okay. Upwards of 600 people for sure. For
Yeah.
sure. So that's
It's
a big crowd. It's super
it's a
fun.
it is super fun. Well, thanks, Rowena, for
Oh,
coming and for sharing your passion of Las Patronas and giving in San Diego, and an extra cherry on top with all your work with Humble Design. And it was kind of a wonderful story that we became involved, and then in Humble, and then but we were already Las Patronas, and it was like
yes.
moving the jigsaw puzzle pieces together and making connections. And I think San Diego's a big city, but it's a small town.
It sure
And,
is. And we bonded
you
over
know,
USC. I remember that too.
yes, we did fight on. But it's just a wonderful organization. And so I'm so proud to, you know, call you a friend and call you,
Oh,
and, to help support in my small way of,
you're
sharing on the
amazing.
podcast and putting it in an ad, put in an ad and make little favors that look cute on behalf of La Jolla
Oh,
Cosmetic Surgery Center. But it's fun every year to do this. This is like a thing I look forward to every year, is to come up with some fun designs to make it a special evening. And I know you guys will make it a special evening. So thanks again. And check the show notes if you're listening or watching for links. We'll give all kinds of links. And then I'll see if we can get Gretchel down there on work week to do a little filming, and we can, do a little fun
I'd love to
post
see you
about
down
it.
there at
I
work week
know.
in your sweatpants and
Well,
with a hammer in your hand.
Rowena, I'm in Cabo up until Thursday night. So
Oh,
if I
okay.
come, maybe I'll swing by on Friday.
Okay.
Last
Okay.
minute. Hi, ladies. I'll
Just,
bring coffee
yeah.
or
Oh my
something.
God. Swing by and say hello, please. That'd be so
Okay.
lovely.
Yeah. I'll bring, a Botox doctor and no.
Oh, yeah. That'd be great. Chair massage, anything. We'll take anything.
Right. All right. Well, thanks everybody for listening and watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Take a screenshot of this podcast episode with your phone and show it at your consultation or appointment, or mention the promo code PODCAST to receive $25 off any service or product of $50 or more at La Jolla Cosmetic. La Jolla Cosmetic is located just off the I-5 San Diego Freeway in the Zymed building on the Scripps Memorial Hospital campus. To learn more, go to LJCSC.com or follow the team on Instagram at LJCSC. The La Jolla Cosmetic Podcast is a production of The Axis, TheAxis.io.